Kind of happy to get away from that Maiden Monday stuff over there at Ellis Park yesterday, Terry. Just like threw a firecracker under, right under the doorstep or something.
Yeah, it was hard, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm going to start doing exactas instead of trifectas in those races with the bunch of first-time starters. Because I think they had the exacta in most of them. Just kept missing the trifecta on that third pick, which is that's why they make them trifectas and not exactas, right? You got to get all three. Can't complain
That's
about
right.
that.
Yeah, I've never really cared much for trifectas. And I was in a contest once where I had to go to Churchill Downs. And I was talking to the other contestants about how I didn't like trifectas because they were so hard to pick. And they said, well, wait a minute. You do pick fours and pick fives. Those are a lot harder. I said, I don't think so. I think the trifecta is more harder.
Yeah, I've always liked the trifecta bet because you can get away with a little bit of money and sometimes big payouts if the right horse comes in, in the right order, especially if you get a nice price at the top. Yesterday, today we're doing Horseshoe Indianapolis. Will be the last time. Next week, yay, we're back to Parks. Today's free track over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet is going to be, I forget because my brain doesn't work very well. Asanobia. So if you're up tonight and you want a little bit of a Western Canadian racing, head on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's a link in the description below. There's also a link in the description below to the exclusive smart sheets, and I can assure you with great certainty before long they'll be available at every single track that has thoroughbred racing across the country. There is a link in the description as well as to how to use them, so make sure you take advantage of that. Of course, when the show is over, you can head on over to horseracingtoday.net. Right there, flat dab in the middle of the screen, we will post all of our commentary, our Benny in the Bets suggested wagers, as well as a race replay. We'll timestamp every single race in the description on YouTube. You'll also find a link to a tip jar there. If you like what you do, or what we do, if you like what you do too, you can. What the hell? You can hit us up with a tip so Terry and I can get a coffee. Another way to help support the show, right there, that HRT gear link. Click on that. Come over here, get yourself a See You in the Winner's Circle t-shirt. Looks good on her, and I promise you it'll look good on you as well. All right, Terry. Well, let's get to work at Horseshoe Indianapolis. 8 thoroughbred races. Of course, they got to start with the first.
That's right, and it's going to be 6 furlongs. It's a maiden race. First is 98,000 or 38,500, and it's for registered Indiana bred, sired by registered Indiana stallion maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
Yes, indeed. So at 6 furlongs, I think the first 2 races here are at 6 furlongs. So we're going to get a good taste of the profile of the winner early on. A double dose, if you will. Early speed does well 34% of the time. Get the lead, keep the lead, and never give up the lead. There's a little bit of a rail discount for What Now, Daddy? 2 through 7, they almost play fair. 8 now, it's the best place to be. As I alluded to earlier, we have our smart sheets to give us a good chance, Terry. In race number 1, who's got the best chance to get the lead? And it looks like it's going to be barbell, inside, outside.
That's right. You look at that, ones has the most speed. And, of course, you need to add that to the stage, I think, your sheet there.
Oh, yes, I got to add it on. My fault, folks. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you can see the 1 has the most speed, followed up by that 10, the outside horse. So just depends, I think, on who gets the best break.
Yep, it depends on who gets the best break. I always got to mess something up, right, Terry?
It's all right.
All right. So we have this column here. I think this is important in a maiden race. You're looking to see who's had the opportunity or come close to or made par so far, 70. That's a pretty low hurdle. So far, none. A couple have come close. When I see that, you got to look over here, Terry. First-time starter, score over 2.5 out of a 3-point scale. Back bullet workout. Maybe looking at here, Terry, jockeys might be a good way to think about finding a winner.
Yeah, the best jockey is the 1 and also the best trainer. So I think it's the best jockey-trainer combination.
The race shape could play a role in here, too. So far, you've had 4 horses that want to be middle back. 1, the 7 and 10 have not finished within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. The 3 horse, that first-time starter with that nice score over there, Terry, maybe getting a trip that looks like the closest thing to winning any of these horses have done. Looks like there's 1 in here that has a good shot to get a nice trip today.
Yeah, that 6 shows above 50%. It's almost 64%. And so it's going to be very comfortable in this race, followed up by the 5.
Yeah, a couple of items to note. The 8-horse last time out ran the top last race speed figure. 6 points better than everybody else. Again, that's Andrew Beyer, says 3 or more. Keep an eye out on those. Big time simulation favorite with the 9. Over here, you got the 10, 9, 7, and 1 as your top total pace horses. A little bit of a gap down there, Terry. In an opener that's open, where are you going to go?
I like the 9, Cool Hunting. He has finished in the money in his last 3 races, finishing third versus similar in the last race, and he has a good 4 furlong workout on August 2nd. Unbridled Hero, the 8's my second choice. Finished third versus similar in his last race. He has the highest last rate speed rating, and his best start speed is fast among today's starters. What Now Daddy, the 1, is my third choice. He's a first-time starter whose dam has 3 winners from 3 starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Tank Talk, the 5 is my long shot, has a high percentage winning trainer, can improve while returning to dirt and to a sprint. And no bets for me in this race.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the first-time starter in here, Terry. 4-star General, first-time starter. As I mentioned, everybody's a no or a maybe. It's got a July 11th work at Horseshoe Indianapolis, 4 furlongs, 47-3. That's good enough to tell me that the horse has a good shot to be competitive versus these. If not, of the experienced horses, Unbridled Hero did run the top last race speed figure. That was 6 points better than everybody else. And as we look over here, all of its race internals, the early pace, the mid pace, and the late pace improved. So reason to think that that horse could do more today. The 9-horse, Cool Hunting, we said that is the big-time simulation favorite. Zoomed in performance the only other time this horse made 2 starts in a row, like today. And then the 10-horse, Mr. Ezra. That one, Terry, could be out front as your top total pace horse. I'm going to do a 50-cent pick 3, 3, 8, 9 with the 6, with the 1, 3, 6, 7, and 9. And then a 50-cent trifecta box, 3, 8, 9, and 10 to get cooking on my Benny and the Bets budget. We better cook through race number 2 because we're about to start Indy into the gates for race number 1, Terry. So let's make our way through race number 2 quicker than a 220-yard quarter horse race.
6 furlongs, maiden claiming race, $5,000 claiming price, $13,500 purse for registered Indiana bred maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
Hello, Lightning Strikes. Wrong date, the 12th. Today is not the 12th.
No, yeah, it is, but you have the 11th up there, I think, or we do.
Where do I have? Did I do that? Where?
Up the top where it tells the very first thing says Horseshoe International race 9 race card, fast and firm, August 11th instead of August 12th, which is
that just in the YouTube description?
It's in the StreamYard description.
I can fix that.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and correct that on YouTube. Thank you for pointing that out. Anyway, race number 2. No wonder. 6 furlongs. Screw it, everything. All right, Terry. 6 furlongs. We talked about the profile of a winner favoring some early speed. There is a rail discount. 2 through 7 play fair, almost 8 and out, get a bonus. Real quick in race number 2, what do you see in the data that stands out to you?
Well, the 6 has a lot of speed. None of them have ever come to get the par race figures or or have a chance to do it today, according to the data. The 6 has a really nice comfort zone, though, almost 91%. 7's the best jockey, 1's the best trainer, but I think 4 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
All right. So real quick, a couple of things about the 6 here. Is a lone E. Everybody else not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. 2 wanted to close. You got all that speed, Terry, with that high C zone. Seen that win way too many times. Looks like the 6 has a decent jockey trainer combo to boot.
Yeah, I like the 6 Irish Ranter. He has an early foot, so he can be a plus, and so can be a plus the distance. And he has a high percentage winning jockey. And I like the 2 as my second choice. He drops in class today. Has had trouble in the last 2 races affecting the finish. Angel's Legacy, the 4 is my third one, drops in class today. As a trainer, wins 17% of the maiden claiming races he has a horse running in. And number 7, Revs Muster, is my long shot. He drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 50% of the races when dropping a horse down 2+ classes and switches to high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play a $1 pick 4, and I see I made a mistake to start with. It's should be 2-6, not 2-8. anyway, so I'm going to play 2-6 with 1-3 with 3-6-7 with the 1-2-5-6. That's a $48 ticket.
I keep forgetting that these things are $1, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I gotta yeah. So I gotta change these up real quick. Well, I got the 6 horse to win in here for me, Terry. All that early speed, that by far the top C zone, top total pace horse in here as well. Wire to wire winner today for the Irish Ranther. Zip Lord, plenty of upside in only its 3rd career race. Been consistent so far. 10 pounds off could be helpful. The 4 horse, maybe the most upside, just the 2nd start of its career, and then Mi Sargento. Big time simulation favorite, highly consistent, better early pace and shortens up. I'm going to put 20 to win on the 6, a $5 double, 6 over the 1, 3, 6, 7, and 9. And then I got to figure out my my thing right here. So let me just change this to $1 again. I don't know why I keep thinking these are 50 cents. Just habit, I guess.
Yeah, because most of the tracks, they are 50 cents. There's very few that are $1.
All right, so 1, let's see, 6 and 7. With, let's see, I can go 2 here and then 4. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, so race 4, I'm going to go, I'm sorry, folks. I guess I have to go 1-6 on the back here. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Mine's $48 too then. All right, there we go. That's the way I'm going to, no, mine's less than $48, no, right?
Let's see.
It's 12 times 2.
Yeah,
that's only 24.
Yeah.
So I can do 2 more horses in the back, right?
You can, yeah.
1, 6, 1.
Oh, no. Let's see. 3 times 4 is 12. Times 2 is 24. Yeah, you can do 4, I guess.
Right. 1, 6. I'm going to go 1, 2, 4, 6 in the back. This first race is probably almost running. 1.
They're still getting 2, to the gate. They go slow here at horse racing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I go slow too because I can't remember how to do these things. All right, 6 over the 1, 6, 7 over the 1, 2, 3, 7 over the 1, 2, 6, 4. And I hope I didn't screw anything up. I probably did. But in any case, all right, let's talk about what's cooking in race number 1. As they're still kind of jogging around there. Since I forgot to put it on the screen, there you can see the free track. Asanovia, boom, opening race, claiming race, 1-1. Yeah, we did a great job of handicapping there. Again, horseracingtoday.net right there. Go ahead and click on the main page right there. We'll post all of our picks when the show's over. You can see a race replay, and in the description on YouTube, we'll timestamp every single thing so you can come back and watch them at your leisure. Hit that HRT gear, get yourself a Horse Racing Today t-shirt, hit up the tip jar. Terry, tomorrow we're going to do Saratoga. Thursday we're going to do Saratoga. To make sure you don't miss Saratoga, what's the best thing that you can do?
Well, you can go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and it's very easy to do. You just go ahead and do it. It doesn't cost you anything. And go ahead and hit that bell so it notifies you about everything that's coming up, like Foreign Fridays. And then also copy that link below and share it with everybody you know. Go to our social sites that are scrolling down at the bottom here: Instagram, X, Threads, Twitter, Facebook, at Horse Race the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like, and then keep these comments coming in the picks, like Lightning Strikes likes the 189 in the first race, and hello Jose.
Yes, indeed. Any commentary that you have, questions, picks, suggestions, jokes, other sports, whatever it is on your mind. Hey, who you're going to draft with your first pick in the fantasy football, let us know. Let's look at race number 1, see if we can find any value. Boy, they do dilly-dally at Horseshoe Indianapolis, Terry.
Yeah.
It should be called Horseshoe Charlestown. All right, so the 9 horse is our simulation favorite at 9-5. It is 7-2, so you're getting a little bit of value there. No doubt about that. Next up on the board is the 10 horse at, what's that, 7-2?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's 9-1, so you're getting a really nice price on that one. The 7 horse is 20-1, Terry. Wow. Just bet that, and you'd be good to go. Put the first-time starter in there, and if it came in 3, 7, 9, 10, you're going to be pretty happy. The 8 with that 6-point last race speed figure is your post-time favorite at the moment. The 1 catching a little bit of money, too, with that speed, so it looks like they prefer the inside speed over the outside speed. They've gone to the drone view as the horses are now making their way into the gate. I think we got 3 more to load, and then we'll be off and running.
Okay.
Today. at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Boom. I think we got one more to go, and then we're good. Yep, they're going to load up the 10. The drone has positioned itself. They've gone to the front and side view, the split screen, and they've gone and pressed the button. And the first time starter decided, yeah, I don't want to run today, folks.
The one, huh?
No, the 3-horse. He just kind of came out of the gate very sluggish, gave up a whole lot to the field. And then I always love it when the jockey says, you know what, this is a first-time starter. I've given up a lot to the field. You know what I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to run like hell. Right?
Yeah.
Unless that horse is by far the best horse in the race, which I don't know, may well be. The 1 horse has darted out to the lead. The 5 horse is in that mix as well. I can't see the 10 horses bounding up on the outside there. And the 1 horse had pretty good control over his horse still. The coming around the bend as they make their way to the turn to come on home. And it looks like right now who's that in the middle there? Looks like the 8's going to try to go wide and go by the 5 and take home the top prize. But I don't know if he's going to catch that 5 or not, Terry. It's going to be close down the stretch here. Can he get there? And the answer is going to be no. It's going to go 5, 8, and then I think the 7. 5, 8, and 7 in the opener there. Boom. Your last pick. The Tank Walk coming home with that prize there. So
my long shot.
Screwing me up to start the day.
Sorry. Well, yeah, you had 3, 8, 9, 10, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't even close. All right, let's do race number 3, Terry.
Okay, so in race 3, you can see there that we're going to go to 6 furlongs again, and it's going to be a claiming race, $8,000 claiming price, and it's a purse of $17,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
That's my favorite thing when you bet a first-time starter and the gates open and they just stay there, right?
Yeah,
that's always wonderful for any horse. Or you bet a horse that needs the lead, and then when the gates open, it decides it wants to eat a little bit of dirt before it starts running.
Yeah.
6 furlongs for the 3rd time in a row here, Terry. We talked about it, favoring first front runners. 34% of the time get to the front, keep the lead all the way into the winner's circle. There's a rail discount. 2 through 7 almost fair. 8 and out get a bonus. So in race number 3, Terry, where do we stand in terms of who's going to get the lead here?
Well, I think it's anybody's guess, because look at all those horses with speed there. At least 5 of them. Just depends again on who gets the best break and feels like running. So that's how we see this one.
How are you from Venezuela? Well, I'm doing all right in Chicago. Terry, I'm sure, is doing all right over there in sunny California. You got 3 horses in here, Terry, that have hit par. Par for this race is going to be a 76 speed figure. Again, not a super high one. Par plus, we do 1,000 simulations looking for horses that, we project out speed figures to see what their odds are of doing it today. And one with a really good shot at getting it done. Yeah,
that's a 6-horse Rewire. Has a 56.5% shot of equaling or exceeding the par speed number.
Yeah, so 565 out of 1,000 times. That horse indeed got to or above 76 with our simulations. As we take a look at the jockey trainer combinations, it looks like there's plenty of pretty good connections to pick from here.
There are several jockeys that have good records, including the 6, 7, and 8, but the 7 has a slightly better one than the other 2. The 3 has the best trainer, but I think the 7 is the best trainer jockey combination.
As we see here, we got 3 horses that want to be on the lead, an 8 horse, a Sesame Street horse. They're always dangerous, the one that is unlike the rest. 3 closers, so everybody ought to be on the track about where they want to be. It does look like the 8 and 9 might find this race to be favorable to their best running styles. 6, 1, 8, and 3, they make your top 4 total pace horses. Terry, who make your top 4 horses in race number 3?
Well, I like the 1, Lord Majesty. He's finished in the money in both of his career starts, and he's won his debut race to start with, and then he finished 3rd versus Tougher in the last race as a high percentage winning trainer. Mr. Negativity, the 3, likes Horseshoe Indianapolis, Finishing the money 40% of the races, winning 20% of the starts. He likes the distance, winning 25% of the starts at today's distance. And he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then the 6 Rewire. He drops in class today, switches to high percentage winning jockey, has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and his best start speed is fast among today's starters. The 9 Forever Lasting has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and his early speed running style will help his chances, so the shorter distance should be a plus. And no additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 6 Rewire. Hopefully this one can do what I expect it to do. It is a yes horse. It is the simulation favorite. It is the top total pace horse. It is by far the most consistent performer in a very field of inconsistent performers, and the best par plus by a wide margin. Lord Majesty, the 1 horse, lots of upside, just its 3rd race. When the horse did run at Horseshoe Indianapolis, it did go wire to wire. Number 7, Sieste Magnifique. My next selection there, Terry. That one was a tough, you got to have that one because it's another yes horse in the yes horse field. So you got the 7, the 6, and the 2. I was thinking about trying to figure out a way to get the 2 in there, but I couldn't get it done. That one is a better across the board. Again, we looked at all of those numbers, better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, and going to take a small drop in class. And then finally, Mr. Negativity. Tough call for me over the 9 horse, Forever Lasting, but that horse has shown more upside. Again, inconsistent fields, but every now and then the 3 pops, whereas the 9 kind of has a lower ceiling type situation. No bets for me in race number 3. Race 4 marks the end of the first half of thoroughbred card because race number 9 is a quarter horse field. Another maiden race, Terry, because I think I'm about all maidened out after yesterday and today.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go to a mile on the turf as a maiden claiming race, $32,000 claiming price, $35,360 purse. It's for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
A mile on the grass for these maidens trying to take home the first paycheck, at least for a winner. Closers do pretty well 17% of the time. They wire to wire. The inside posts outperform the outside posts. So we're looking for some closers in race number 4, Terry, and looks like there's a few in here that are pretty tightly matched up.
Yeah, you take a look there at that 4, 6, and 7. They should be closing pretty good at the end of this race.
And we see everybody has a chance to get to par or better with just a little bit of improvement. Yes, those guys have been there. And the maybe 3 means it's been within 3 points of par, being the 69 would be the score for that horse right. And there got some class droppers, a big class dropper in here at the 1 horse, Terry. Again, this is a maiden race. One of the things I like to see is what I call second race par ability. So that horse is running its second race today. And with typical upside, which is the biggest improvement for most horses, this horse could go as high as 82 in our estimation. Again, that number is 72, so it can go well above that. Terry, as we take a look at the rest of the screen, it does look like there's one big C-zone type.
Yeah, that 8 has the best C-zone in here, so it's going to be very comfortable in this race. And let me say on that, too, not only what you said was right, but he also has the best jockey and best combination of jockey trainer.
Not only that, he's got a good chance to get to the lead, 50% chance to the lead, and 1.5 length early pace edge. Every 5 points equals 1 length. So I know I said closers, but still 17% going wire to wire. That 2 horse, the top total pace horse with the 6, 7, and 1. Maybe that one gets to the front and adds to that 17% wire to wire. Terry, what say you?
Well, I think the Fascinator, the 3 is going to do good today. He ran second in her only start at Horseshoe Indianapolis, dropped in class today, has the best start speed of fast among today's starters, actually tied with another horse, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, so a lot of boxes marked off. Number 7, Don't Look Back, ran 3rd in her last race. Her best turf speed is fastest among today's starters, as she's actually tied with Fascinator, and she has the highest last speed rating, a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Perfect Snow, the 6, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 35% of the races. In the second grass race a horse runs in, and she has a good jockey. And then the 2 that you were referring to, Divi, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 17% of the races in the second grass race a horse runs in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets here for me.
Divvy. Do you know what divvy is, Terry, or no?
No, I divvy. Oh, well, divvy up the money, divvy it up.
Yeah, that too. But there's no like bike things here. I don't know how many other cities have them, but like you can rent a bike. They're called divvies. I don't ever rented one, but I see a lot of people getting in my damn way on the bicycles on the streets with them damn divvies, man. Anyway, race number 4. I like the divvy in this case, not when they're cutting you off, cutting through a red light. But that one does have that second race par ability and has potential to go way, 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 way past par. Moonson Dancer, the one horse, that's a long shot, Terry. But I think you got to take a Churchill Downs maiden special weight dropper. And it's the only horse in the race that's making the maiden special weight drop for the first time. There are other horses that are making a drop from maiden special weight today, but have already tried the claiming ranks. After that, I'm going to go with the Fascinator. That's your morning line favorite. Just missed the only time this horse ran on Horseshoe Indianapolis turf. That was at $32,000 maiden special weight. So a little bit of a lesser company today. Don't Look Back. The 7 horse ran a Z pattern with the top par plus. So Z pattern, again, if you're new to the show, a Z pattern for horse number 7. Take a look at this down here. You're going to see that you had an early pace here at 71, then it dropped off, and then a second win down the stretch. That is a Z pattern. This one also dropping from maiden special weight, but you can see that the horse did try the claiming ranks before. So it's not what I call a pure maiden special weight dropper. No additional bets for me in race number 4. Let's make our way off to the second half of the card and the second pick for Terry, of which, of course, I'm going to have to adjust again because I'm dumb. Can't remember that they're a buck at Horseshoe Indianapolis. But while I figure out what my buck is going to be, Terry, tell us what the conditions are.
All right, it's 1 mile and 70 yards. It's an optional claiming race, $50,000 claiming price. It's a $49,680 purse. It's for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 18,000 twice, other than maiden, claiming, starter, restricted, or state bred, or which have never won 3 races, or which have not won a race since 2025, or a claiming price of $50,000.
All right, so 1 mile and 70 yards, the kind of horse that usually gets the job done. That moniker goes to horses that have a little bit of the ability to stalk. Although 1 out of 4, a quarter of them win wire to wire. Outside definitely does better than inside here at 1 mile and 70 yards. So we're looking for a Buffalo Girl on the outside with some speed, Terry, and it's all pretty much in the middle here, or in the inside.
Yeah, take a look. It's 2, 4, and 8. They all have pretty similar speed numbers, so they could all go head to head to that quarter pole.
And then as far as any improvement here, you got that 2 horseback actor, got some improvement there. Also has some fraction improvement. You're really your only class dropper. That's nice. Our race shape says most of these horses want to be middle forward, so maybe it does favor a closer. And over here, Terry, we see the one horse has a pretty aggressive late speed edge. Anybody have an edge with the combination of jockey and trainer?
Well, it looks like the 6 is the best jockey, the 9's the best trainer, but also the 9's the best jockey-trainer combination.
A lot of things you can look at on here, too. A bunch of horses with strong C-zones. Hey, that 6 horse, the top last race speed figure, 4 points better than everybody else, but doesn't score the top of the total pace. Terry, who scores the top of your ticket in race number 5?
Well, I like the number 6 horse, Midnight West. He finished 3rd in his last race, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the one man in the can. He's won 2 races out of the last 3 starts. He has a high percentage winning trainer, and he can go today's distance. Number 5, Swiss Slang, won his last race and has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like Best Actor. He drops in class today. His early speed running style will help his chances, and he has the best speed among today's starters. And then I'm going to play the second and last Miami Vice pick 4, 1-6 with the 4, 8, 10, 11 with the 3. Finish up with the 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, $48 ticket.
All right, so I got to figure this ticket out here, but I like the 6 horse 2 is my top selection. That one is the horse by the name of Midnight West, top last race speed figure, 4 points, simulation favorite, top par plus. Lots of reasons to think Midnight West is your winner. Man of the can does have that length of late speed edge. with the improved early pace and top total pace. Number 2, best actor. That one, Terry, should be your pace setter. It is a class and track dropper, and at the distance is run 4 times with 2 wins, 2 seconds, and then Presidential, the 4-horse, was a tough call for me over the 9, but it is making its 3rd start after a layoff with a bullet workout between races. So I can go, what is it? You got it $48. So you can go 4 times. I don't know. I'll figure it out. In the meantime, I'll come back to that, Terry. Let's go off to race number. Well, I probably should do that now. I'll do that while you read off the conditions of race number 6, and then also tell people how we can go about making sure they catch the show tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday and 4 and Friday, Saratoga and who knows what on Friday.
All right. Well, it's a 1 mile race, it's 6th race, and it's on the turf. It's a maiden claiming race, and it's $20,000 claiming price. Purse is $27,880 for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward. Now, you should go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really helps us out a lot. Doesn't cost you anything. Really easy to do. Hit the little bell so that you're notified about tomorrow's races, when they're going to come up, and also 4 and Fridays. And that's really important because not every day are we on at the same time. Just depends on what the post time is for the races. Like today, post time for today was 2:10 in Eastern time. So we came on at 11 a.m. Western time, which is 2 p.m. in the Eastern time. So do that so that you're notified. Then copy the link so you can share it with everybody you know. We need to get to 7,000 subscriptions real soon here. Would really help us out. Then go to our social sites that you see streaming down below. Give us a thumbs up. Go to Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumb up and like. And keep the comments coming. That's been coming today, as we enjoy to see them. They help us out a lot, and we like it.
So I'm going to go 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3, 6, 1, 9. That's the way I'm going to go about my $48 pick 4 for $1. So I'll have to remember. Well, thankfully next week we're doing parks, and I won't get mixed up on this anymore. All right, let's talk about race number 6 as we close out the card here, Terry. What are they going to do in the 6th? Well, we
already said
we already did that. All right, so 1 mile on the turf. We've already talked about that too. Closers, 17% wire to wire. Inside better than outside in race number 6. So in race number 6, do we have anybody? Well, we got some speed here, Terry, on the inside and outside again.
That's right. We've got the most speed on the inside, followed up by that 12 on the outside. So I think the one's going to get the break and get to that quarter pro first.
Yes, certainly the early pace suggests that. 12 will be out there. Got a lot of horses to clear, but all the horses that have cleared par are on the outside with the 10, the 11, and the 12. Plenty of horses showing some improvement. The 1 horse, though, Gold Factor, some early pace, mid pace, and better fractions across the board. That's usually a pretty good sign for a horse that's dropping in class. Terry, we like to talk about jockeys and trainers. I know a lot of people don't put emphasis on it, but it does seem to show up a lot. If it shows up today, who will be the top of that list?
Well, the 8 is the best jockey, but take a look at that 10 is pretty darn close too. But the 8 also has the best trainer. So I think the 8's the best trainer-jockey combination.
The 8 is also a part of the 2 that want to be in the middle, chasing that 2, although the 2 doesn't look like it's going to get to the lead here today. Maybe press for it. 1 on the inside, so maybe a false speed favorite there. Everybody else middle back, Terry. That should still favor speed overall. The 2 horse, if it does get the lead, Terry, has a strong C-zone in that respect. 4, 10, 9, 6. Lots of horses. You see lots of colors everywhere. Maybe an all bet. Unfortunately, we can't all bet them. So how did you bet it?
Well, I'll tell you, in this race here, I went with the number 11. Now, Polly Joe finished 3rd in his last start, dropped some class today, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. Then the 10, Fletcher Bay, ran 2nd in his last race as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. His best turf speed is fast among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning jockey. And then I like Missionary Man, the 8, finished 3rd in his last race, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 24% of the maiden claiming races. He has a horse running in, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. The fourth, My Long Shot, finished second in his last race, has a trainer who wins 20% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me here.
The 10 horse Fletcher Bay, that one is the top for me today. Just missed at this level in its last race and does have some really nice workouts. So should be a little bit more stamina available as they close out race number 6. Napali Joe, the 11 horse, is a yes horse. And you can see on its past performances, this guy is improving. Missionary Man, the 8 horse, Terry, is a maiden special weight dropper. Plenty of good workouts, getting its legs ready for today too. And then the 9 horse, Tack. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. That one is a track dropper with a bullet workout prepping. Maybe you're going to see the best that you've ever seen from a horse that I can't pronounce. Race number 7 begins the late daily double, Terry. And how are they going to get it kicked off?
Okay, in race 7, we're going to go to a 1 mile. It's an allowance race, $38,000 purse. It's for registered Indiana bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race other than a maiden claiming starter or which have never won 2 races.
Yes, it looks like this will be Terry's best bet. A little bit of what they call foreshadowing. 1 mile is going one trip around the track. You see they're going to make that quick left-hand turn pretty fast. Let's see how that impacts horses in terms of the post positions. As you can imagine, there's a little bit of a rail discount for Shana Del Mar. Maybe all those horses pin that one in if they can't get out to the front. Still 33% go wire to wire. 2 and 3, those post positions, you get a fair trip. The best place to be is 4 through 7. 8 and out, they got to work a little harder than the rest. So a little bit of inside speed, Terry, in race number 7 could get you to the winner's circle. And it looks like all of the speed is middle out.
It is, and there's plenty of speed in here. You know, nobody really stands out, so we're just going to be a who-knows race.
Yeah, what's interesting about this is only the 5 horses hit par. Everybody else is a no or a maybe, and that's one of the longest shots on the board.
That's
but
right.
It is a little bit of an overlay, Terry. Any other overlays from our simulation odds?
Well, yeah, that 4 has an overlay from 6 to 1 to 20 to 1. And of course, you said the 5, 12 to 1 to 30 to 1. The 8 overlay from 17 to 20 to 1. The 9's overlay is 9 to 1 to 30 to 1. And the 10 has an overlay from 4 to 1 to 20 to 1. So if you were going to play a trifecta, this is like a good race to do that in.
Yeah, I would say it does indeed fit that trifecta bill. Maybe a couple things that you can look at here. Well, one, you see even the odds, the simulation odds are pretty close. Really no favorite in this race here. But if you see a couple horses with a good in-race advantage, a 2 is a 1 length late speed. So if there's a lot of speed and someone chases down the winner, it could be that 2 horse. The 6 horse, the one that could be up on the lead, also has a 1 length top total pace edge. So if the early pace and late pace add up, could win by a length in here, Terry. Our race shape shows us the 4 wants to be out front, could be in the mix. So yeah, if he can get out there. The C zone says he will be comfortable. Everybody else middle back with the 10 horse being a Sesame Street. That guy is your lone PC type. Maybe jockey trainer again.
Yep, the 1 has the best jockey. The 6 has the best trainer. So I think the 1 is the best jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, you got the 6, the 3, the 2, and the 4. Very wide open race, Terry. But somehow this very wide open race became your best bet. And tell us how and why.
Well, number 3, Tap Bonnet, has finished in the money in 3 races out of the last 4 starts, winning 1 of the races. I like very consistent horses like this. Drops in class today, has the highest last speed rating. Then I like the 1. She ran second versus similar her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 17% of the dirt races. He has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. 6, Vortex Express, won her last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis, and she her best dirt speed is close to the average winning speed. Matoli's Secret, the 7, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to bet 10 to win on the number 3. Then a $10 exacta, 3 on top with the 1, 6, 7. And then I'm going to play a $10 exacta box, the 1, 3 with the 3, 6 with the 3, 7.
All right, well, I think the 3 horse wins too, Terry. So I feel bad for you. The 3 horse Tap Bonnet, simulation favorite, Better across the board. Biggest class dropper in the field. Does have a maintenance work to keep that Stephen Covey saw sharp. Vortex Express, the 6-horse. Next call for me. Top total pace by a length. Gradually improving. 1, Shenna Del Mar in the money. 8 out of 14 races at Horseshoe Indianapolis and 7 out of 12 on a fast track. And then finally, the Dose Pay Me Later does have that 1 length late speed edge and a high C zone. So really like the way the race plays out. And if so, can use those legs to come home first. Race number 8 is the last of the thoroughbred races today, Terry. So let's talk about the conditions of the last thoroughbred race. Do we have time? I mean, because they're just kind of walking around over there still, right?
Yeah, we've got some time. But so this is a 1 mile race on the turf. Allowance race, $43,000 purse. It's for registered Indiana bred, sired by registered Indiana bred stallions, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races other than maiden, claiming, or starter, which have never won 3 races.
Yes, closing is the running style that takes home the top prize most of the time. Still 17% do manage to win on the lead. Inside horses fare better than outside horses, Terry. So you can get to the front and stay in the front in that mile-long race. And if somebody's going to do that, who's it going to be?
Well, if you can see here that the 1 or the 5 have the best numbers here as far as speed. If the 5 outbreaks the 1, it could go to the quarter pole first, but just depends on who gets the best break and which jockey makes the best decision.
Well, it does look like the 1 has almost a 1.5 length early pace advantage on the inside. So I would suspect that they're going to try to take that horse out front. Also, the 14-point top total pace, that's the big edge. That's almost 3 lengths over everybody else. All these horses except the 10, Terry, hitting par or come close to par. Bunch of class droppers, a big class drop on the 1. Catches a good trainer, Terry, but where would you look for a jockey-trainer combo?
I think the 10 has the best jockey-trainer combination here.
Yeah, it's pretty green right through there, I would suspect. Over here, nobody really a true front runner, so the 1 horse could be a left arrow horse. The 5 horse inclined to be more forward. The top total C-zone horse is that 8, a PC style. Does catch a yes in there as well, Terry. This, again, a race where a lot of horses can win. That 1 horse has got that big number there. The 1, 2, 6, and 9 make up the top 4 total pace. Who makes up your picks?
I like the 10, Jolly Justice. She finished in the money in all 3 starts at Horseshoe Indianapolis, so she likes the track. She won 2 of the races. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and a good workout on August 6th. Then I like Charming Jazzle, the 6th. Ran second on the dirt in her last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis, but she returns to turf where she's never been out of the money, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Then 9, Enchanted Melody, ran second in her last race as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, has a high percentage winning trainer, and is 1 for 1 on the turf. And then 4 is my long shot, has won both of her starts at Horseshoe Indianapolis at today's distance and on the turf, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm out of money, so I can't make any other bets.
This is race 8. I got to make sure I'm all right to stay here. I got the 1 horse at the top of my ticket there, Terry, today. Molly's Potion, simulation favorite, top total pace of almost 3 lengths, biggest class drop. Number 9, and it's a big class drop too. Enchanted Melody, easy win in her only Indy turf run. Let's see if she can do it again. Number 4, Saw Run, unbeaten in a pair on grass at Horseshoe Indianapolis. Maybe a horse for the Horseshoe Indianapolis turf course. And then finally, the 10 horse Jolly Justice could be unbeaten in 3 on the Horseshoe Indianapolis grass with a little better start in the lone non-win, which is a second place finish. I'm going to do $2 exact the key box 1 over the 4, 6, 9, and 10 to close out my $100 budget. And let's see where they at in race number 2. Still got a second to go there, Terry. So race number 9, we can blaze through. That's the last race of the day. Really not much we can see where with the smart sheets with the quarter horses, Terry. So the last race is what?
Well, it's a 300-yard race, and it's a purse of $18,000. It's registered Indiana bred maidens, 3, 4, 5-year-olds.
Profile of the winner of any of these horse races is to get off to a clean, straight start, run in a straight line, don't get bumped. Outside of that, inside or outside usually have the best chances because there's not a lot of interference like they have in the middle horses. For me, Terry, in the final race, I'm just going 6-9-4-8. What are you doing?
I like the 6 as she's ran second in her last race and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 8, WRS Mirror Image, has finished the money in 3 races out of 7 starts at Horseshoe Indianapolis. The 9 can run better with a good break, and she has than she did last race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Cartel's Kryptonite, 2 long shot, ran second in her last race at Horseshoe Indianapolis, and she has several good workouts in a row.
All right, race number 2 about to get popping. They're having some real issues with the 1 horse in there in race number 2. Zip Lord. Zip Lord doesn't want to run today. He's getting a little bit animated.
Uh-oh.
Yes, indeed. The 6 horse is your favorite at 3-5. So, I mean, if I were at the track now, I probably would not bet that horse, but he's moved up to 4-5. You know, a maiden race where you're going to get such low odds, it's probably not the smartest of endeavors. I had hoped to get something closer to its 2-1, or I was hoping to maybe 6-5, something like that, 7-5, but 4-5, I guess, will work as long as it can break to the front like it's supposed to and stay out there. And they're off and running, and the 6 horse has done just that. Looks like he's casually broken to the lead. The jockey doesn't even look like he asked him to do anything. The 4 horse trying to keep him to task at 14-1 as the 6 horse has relinquished the lead. Interesting racing tactics by the jockey on that one. Always makes me curious. They come down. Well, maybe he just feels like he's got more horse than the 4 horse. Who knows? They went through the opening quarter in a little under 23 seconds, so not all of that fast. The 6 horse has now decided it wants to take the lead. The jockey's still really not asking him to go. As it stands right now, it looks like the 7 is the one that's going to give him the best opportunity. The 2 horse down on the rail, he's going to try to cut off some ground. The jockey has not asked the 6 horse to run yet, so he's just loosening the reins. Question is, does anybody have the legs to catch that one when the jockey finally asks the 6 to go? Still hasn't tapped him on the backside with his whip, Terry, so I think the horse has plenty of left. He's going to win Secretariat style, Terry. Wire to wire, easy winner. The 2 horse pulling in for second. Looks like it's going to be a battle for third, but I think it went 4-1. 6, 2, 4, and 1. I think that's the way the race ended in race number 2.
I got to try then, and you got even money on that 6. That's good.
Yeah, it's better than I thought I was going to get on there. And I've singled him in my pick 4, so I have plenty of exposure to the left of the way. Yeah, hopefully that plays out.
You got a nice $5 double the other day when you did that. Double paid over $200, and you collected over $1,000. So that was nice.
Yeah, and I got a $5 double cooking here too, but I don't know what the 1-to-1 and what I have paired up with it. Hopefully, there's another 81-to-1 in there. I doubt it. That happens once in a while, right?
It does, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so real quick, let's take a recap of our bets for the day. You see here of all of our picks. Race number 1, the 5 horse came home the winner. Race number 2, the 6 horse came home the winner. Here's the way we see the rest of this terrific Terry Tuesday. Race 1 and 2 are in the books. So as far as future bets are concerned, not a whole lot to work with. We got a pick 4 in race number 6, race number 7, race number 8, $2 exact key box 1 over the 4, 6, 9, and 10. And that's it for our Benny and the bets today. Tomorrow again, Saratoga. Thursday, Saratoga. 4 and Friday, up in the air as it always is. In just a few minutes, we'll post our picks, thoughts, and suggested wagers over here on horseracingtoday.net. Hit that HRT gear button right there. Come on over here. Get yourself a see you in the winner's circle like we did with the 6 horse right there. In the description on YouTube, there is a tip jar button. Kindly use that. There's a link to the explanation and to today's tip sheets. And again, free picks tonight at Assiniboia Downs. So if you want a little bit of West Coast Canadian style racing, I think that's where that is. Head on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Any final thoughts from you, Terry, as we start to prep for the spa tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to the spa tomorrow. I like that track. I didn't used to like Saratoga, but I've gotten in the last couple of years since we went there that I like it quite a bit. You can get some pretty good prices there if you really look, because they have really good horses that run there usually. Other than that, just have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you tomorrow at the spa.
So I think it went 6-2-7-4. just saw orange as red. I got to maybe get some better glasses.
Oh, the 7 beat my 4 out. Okay.
All right. So no matter what you're doing for the rest of this terrific Terry Tuesday, we certainly hope you have God's grace, God's blessing, that your cup is filled today, Terry, and that everything that you do between now and the time we get back together again ends up in
The winner's circle.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow for Hump Day with Hollywood Hay at the Spa.